Did you know that your physical reality is a lagging representation of your mind? Boom. Yes, I just said that. Your physical reality, everything that you're experiencing right now, is a lagging representation of your mind. SW gang. What is good, people? Listen, it is the Saint World, and I'm back with another gem. This one is gonna be different, unlike all the other ones. This one is close up, it's one-on-one, and I'm talking about the performance mind. That is right, the mind you bring to performance. This is for all of you out there striving in this family to be the 1%, to be masters in their own individual classes and industries, right? Stay tuned, because I'm about to drop gems. Unlock phases in your life that you never realized before. But before I do that, take 7 seconds out of your time right now. Pause this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. Why? So that you get notified every time I drop this type of videos. You do not want to miss out on this type of game. Now, without further ado, fam, let's get it.
Anything I jack, I do the overload. I've been knocking all these cameras with a badge on. In the streets, I'm finna get it better fettuccine. I tell her pull up, trust you know she better act on it. She already know my picture.
I told you this video is about the mind you bring to performance. Why are we paying attention to the mind? Did you know that your physical reality is a lagging representation of your mind? Boom. Yes, I just said that. Your physical reality, everything that you're experiencing right now, is a lagging representation of your mind. Where you are right now, your mind pictured it long before. Your reality needs some time to catch up. Deep dive for a second. Go a lot further and realize that that means that you have the power to create anything that you want to experience. Yes, just by simple action of your thoughts and thinking, you have the power to create anything that you want to experience, good or bad. Now let's take that a step further, right? Deep, a little bit more. And check me out for a second, guys. Because this is a big misconception. But yes, majority of the problems we suffer in life is as a result of our thoughts and the activity going on in our minds. Not as a result of lack of resources, not because you don't have enough money, not because you don't have enough clothes, not because you don't have enough people, not because you don't have enough cars. It all boils down to the quality of the thoughts in your head, the quality of the thinking, the quality of the imagination. What is evidence to support this? Well, if you remember the story in the Bible of the Babylonians and Nimrod, when he convinced the people to build a tower that would go all the way up to heaven, right? That tower had not yet been completed. But there's a Bible verse that says that God came down from heaven and he saw the tower that had been built. Let's get this sorted first of all. The tower has not yet been built in physical reality. The people, the Babylonians, have only decided that they are going to build that tower. In other words, the vision in Nimrod's head, he has been able to successfully pass it on to all the other people and they've adopted it. So they all have the same picture in the head of building this tower that's going to go all the way to heaven, right? And then God sees that in his own realm and sees the building that's already complete before it actually happens. I just wanted to give you a word from the Bible that confirms what I said about the physical reality being a lagging representation of the mind. Everything that gets created 2 times. In the mind and then in the reality. That is why I want to divulge in the Optimum Performance Mind. That is the best mind that you can bring to performance for those of you who want to be part of the 1%. Why? Because what is holding you from becoming part of the 1% and whatever you do right now is not as a result of your lack of effort. It's not as a result of your lack of skill. It's as a result of your thinking. Yes, that means the 1% people in your industry, they are thinking differently than you are. They are thinking in this optimum pattern. And I'm here to share with you. You see, when I realized these things for myself, it was groundbreaking information. Okay? It was information that changed a lot in my life personally and allowed me to take back a lot of the power in my life and allowed me to become a bender of my own reality. And I'm here to tell you that you can do the exact same thing too. So stay tuned and let's get it. Now, before we go any further, guys, I just wanted to say that in the next coming videos, I'm going to be talking a lot about the psychology of traders, because I understand a lot of you out there are getting into the financial markets, trying to earn a living from the financial markets some way or some form. And there's a big misconception about, becoming a constantly profitable trader. So I feel obliged to start creating videos towards the goal of informing you with the right mindset you need to become outstanding traders yourself. So if that's something you want to see, then comment yes in the comment section, and that's gonna make me, act with a little bit more vigor and drop in the next video. So let's get back to it.
If she wanna travel, take her straight to Pound Town. See the chain now, see the diamonds now. I don't travel when we step out, we be flexing now. I be chilling with Reverend, crush a lot of those.
Now, the optimum performance mind is not a mind that is emotionless. Let's throw that word emotionless out of the picture like entirely, because there's this misconception, right? That, you want to grind, you want to lock in, you want to be emotionless. You want to be the best, you should be emotionless. There's this misconception about being emotionless. Let's get that out of the picture. I'm a big rap fan. One of my favorite rappers out there, Lil Baby. Shout out Lil Baby. He has this song, and I'm not gonna say the name because this ain't no sponsorship or nothing. But in his song, he goes, "All money and no emotion. All money and no emotion." To tell someone they should be emotionless is a big favor to ask. Why? Human beings, we are not logical creatures. I will say this again. Human beings, you and I, we are not logical creatures. We are not rational creatures that have the ability to be emotional. Those of you in my close circle, you've probably heard me say this before. We are not rational or logical beings that can be emotional. When God created us, when we were made, we are made as emotional creatures. We are emotional creatures with the ability to be rational or logical. Now, what does this imply? Internalize that for a second. When you're presented with a situation, you do not process it from a logical or rational standpoint, first of all. You're going to process it from an emotional standpoint. Then maybe you will get around. Maybe you'll get around to processing it from a logical or rational standpoint. Most people never do. I ain't calling names, but you know yourself. You have issues, you go through something, you're going to process it from an emotional standpoint first, not logical. So to tell a man, to tell a woman, be emotionless is a big favor to ask. Damn near impossible. And the optimum performance mind, which is the best performance mind, the best mind you can bring to performance, is not asking to be emotionless. It's not asking to show zero emotions. It's not asking to suppress your emotions. What the performance mind is, and stay tuned because this is the best part. What the performance mind is, it is a mind that is intentional and aware of its current emotional state. Every emotional state you experience is 100% true and whole. What that means is, if you feel that you are scared, my brother or sister, you are scared. If you feel that you are panicking, then indeed you are panicking. If you feel that you're becoming hungry, then truly you are hungry. If you think that you're frightened, then you are frightened. Every emotional state is 100% whole and true in of itself. If you think that you are courageous or disciplined, then you are courageous or disciplined. If you think that you're confident, if you feel confidence, then if you feel confident, then you will be confident. And you will act from a state of confidence. Why? Because all of our actions stem from a belief. Let's get that sorted. All of our actions stem from a belief. So if you feel that you're confident, you are probably are confident. If you feel that you're afraid, you probably are afraid. And you're going to act from a place of fear. And this is what the performance mind is all about. The performance mind, the optimum performance mind, OPM, is all about being intentional and being aware of your emotional states. Because you're going to act from that emotional state. So, if you want to get something done, take for example, I'm a professional day trader. I come into the markets 3-4 times in a week to put on a day trade. I come virtually every day to look at the markets. What emotions am I bringing to the market? Well, the emotions I don't want to bring to the market are fear. I don't want to be fearful. I don't want to be panicking. I don't want to be hopeful. I don't want to be stressed out because of price action. All these things. But at the same time, these are natural human being emotions invoked by scenarios and circumstances. It is natural for me to feel stressed. If I want a trade to go in my favor, it's natural for me to be hopeful that it's going to go in my favor. So somebody's going to tell you, well, you should be emotionless towards these things. That's a lot to ask for. What the optimum performance mind is asking you to do is become aware of what emotional state you're thinking from. If you start to think from a state of fear, you need to be aware of that. If you start to think from a state of distress, you need to be aware of that. And then you should be intentional about what emotional states you want to operate from. When I'm in front of the market, when I'm putting on trades, I don't want to operate from some certain emotions. Why? Because they're going to cause me to act in ways that do not work in my benefit, but actually counter-oppose the actions I want to perform. So I'm intentional. What are the emotional states that I'm intentional about being, about having? Well, I want to be confident. I want to embody confidence when I'm in the market. I want to embody discipline when I'm in the market. I want to embody self-control when I'm in the market. I want to embody patience when I'm in the market. I want to be patient, allow price action to play out. I'm not in a hurry. These are emotional states of being, and if I'm able to be intentional about feeling these emotions, then I'm going to operate from a state of mind that allows me to express this emotion. Does that make any sense to you? Comment W in the comment section if it's making any sense to you. Alright? So, what else? Well, you can write it down. What are the emotional states of being that are not helping me towards progressing in my work, in my life work? What are the emotional states that allow me to operate from a flow state? What are the emotional states that allow me to be my best self in my work? I want to be impartial when I'm in the market. I don't want to have any predisposed biases. I don't want to have any confirmational biases. I want to be impartial like a sage when I'm in the market. So this is what the optimum performance mind is all about. I've given you the blueprint. The blueprint is to be aware and intentional about what you're feeling and also picking the right things to feel at the right time. It is not inhumane to be sad or happy. It's not inhumane to be euphoric or hopeful. But be aware that these emotions can be detrimental to you at different points in times. Are you getting that, SW gang? You know, because I'm really out here dropping facts. And likewise, I'm gonna give you a practice, a simple practice, right? So from this point on, you want to start being aware. You want to start being intentional about your emotional states. How do I do this? How do I know when my brain is hijacking me and taking me back to a state of fear? How do I know when my brain it's hot in here. How do I know when my brain is hijacking me and taking me back into a state of stress or high pressure? Well, it takes practice. The more you practice becoming aware, eventually it's going to become more and more natural to you, and you're going to become more and more in tune with your body. You are not at war with your body, you are one with it. Your mind, your body, spirit, soul, all these things, they all work together, right? So the practice is this: meditation. If you meditate a lot, maybe once a day, maybe once every 2 days, maybe twice a day, but the practice of meditation what it does, apart from giving you a clear mind, is that it makes you in tune with yourself, in tune with your biochemistry, in tune with your feelings, your emotions, your subconscious mind, and what is going in there. We have so much work to get done, guys, in the next couple of months. So many videos, right? I'm all about upgrading your life. I'm all about upgrading my life. So stay tuned, keep watching my videos. If you know that you want to continually become a 10x individual and a 10x individual to the point that you become a 4,000% return individual. I thought I could make this into a 5-minute video, but this game is way too much. But before I dip, the last practice I'm gonna give you is breathing techniques, right? So when you find yourself in a high stress situation, or you find yourself in a moment where you feel hopeful, or you feel stressed out, or you feel fear in a scenario that requires you to think from a different state of mind, not one of those emotions, then close your eyes for a second and take 6 deep breaths. I do this all the time when I'm trading. I didn't magically become the trader that puts on 200 contracts in the market. I started off as a one-lot trader. I started off over leveraging, and when I started putting more contracts until it took me to ruin. But for you to grow to a trader or an individual who can be high stakes and perform under high amounts of pressure, you need to become aware and in tune with yourself and your emotions. Your mind is going to be the biggest limit. And one way you can do this is by breathing techniques. Close your eyes in those high pressure moments and take 6 deep breaths. And before you get to the 6th one, you realize that you've cooled yourself. You become aware of what you were feeling. You can verbally articulate what you were feeling. And now you're conscious enough to cool yourself out of that state of mind. Family, you already know it's been a wonderful couple of minutes. I love you guys. I'm about to put this on photo. I'm actually about to put this video on Premiere Pro real quick, and I'm gonna upload it today. You know? And I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Fireworks. See what I mean? And stay blessed, fam. See you in my next video. Peace.